The destruction of Hurricane Sandy was felt across the state, and in Monmouth and Ocean Counties, flooding and property damage was devastating. In time of need, food banks like the one in Monmouth County became a lifeline to many families affected by Sandy. With more on this story, we check in with Neighborhood Journal's Dave Turner.
Last year, Superstorm Sandy devastated New Jersey. Among the areas that were hit the hardest were Monmouth and Ocean Counties. With homes destroyed, flooding, wind damage, and debris everywhere, New Jerseyans were given the task of rebuilding in the wake of the storm. One of the greatest needs in the immediate aftermath was for food. That's where the Food Bank of Monmouth and Ocean Counties comes in.
So we're here at the Food Bank of Monmouth and Ocean Counties where we're really just grappling this new fiscal year with the devastation that Superstorm Sandy has left on our shores and throughout our community. You know, before Sandy, we were serving 1 in 10 residents, around 127,000 people, 51,000 of which were children. And we were distributing just over 7 million pounds of food. Last year, as a result of Sandy, we distributed over 8.5 million pounds of food. And we estimate our distribution went up well over 1.3 million pounds, in large part because of the devastation that Sandy left.
So many people found themselves displaced from their homes, displaced from their jobs, having issues with their ability to get readily to food. And I'll never forget a woman who came up to me 2 days after the storm, displaced from her home, without the ability to get immediately to food, to feed herself and her family. To have the food bank, to have the food pantries serviced by the food bank available and open was critical. But still, people are suffering from that economic downturn of Sandy. And the food bank has had a tremendous growth in their amount of clients because their clients, the food pantries, are being overwhelmed by need.
We were so fortunate to have the food bank here because what they were able to do, the government really, quite frankly, couldn't have done. There's too much bureaucracy and too much red tape. What they do here, especially in Neptune, at the Food Bank of Monmouth and Ocean Counties, is spectacular. It's a tremendous example of a public-private partnership. We pull from both volunteers within our churches and synagogues and the faith-based community, schools pitch in, local community organizations, and then the government subsidizes some of the food here as well. So I think it's just a great example of what happens when people work together, and we're just so fortunate they were here.
The recovery really is a long-term marathon they'll be with us and we'll have to run for the next 5 to 10 years. Now last year we had a tremendous outpouring, national outpouring of support in both food and funds to help us take care of that immediate need. But the need hasn't gone away. Some of that attention perhaps has moved on to other disasters, but we are still left with how to deal with the jobs that were literally washed away, the homes that people and families are still working to get back into, and then just the overall displacement and havoc that a storm left in our community.
With the help of many donations, the food bank has been able to deal with the greater need for food after Sandy. They continue to make a huge impact on the community. I'm Dave Turner for Neighborhood Journal.